So, with the surprise, I'm feeling like it's coming in around December. I keep seeing the number 12, and I keep seeing the number 1212, so it might happen somewhere around December 12th, give or take a few days. There is a surprise coming in for you, and it's being highly guided by this person's intuition and higher self right now. It says, my spirit guides are helping assist in this divine connection, new insight. So they've had some revelations themselves, and they've been tapping into their own gut instinct, and they're starting to realize what you've already realized, is that there is some kind of purpose behind this connection, and that they want to understand the connection more. They want to understand what it is that makes them want to be next to you in your energy so intensely. They may be in a place, or you may be in a place of solitude right now. It says, this silence between us has given me insight needed to set my soul free. So there is lack of communication at this point. There's no speaking between the two of you. Both of you are in solitude, not just from each other, but from others, because you're still trying to figure yourself out, your emotions out. You're trying to bring yourself back to neutral. You want to understand why you feel this way. And then Spirit is saying that there will be a reunion soon. It says, the force of love, the force of reunion is unstoppable. Together we are one. So that might be the surprise coming in around December, is a reunion. And I'm almost picking up that this surprise isn't just for you. This surprise is for your person too. I think, no, I feel like I know. Divine, or your spirit guides, are working really hard behind the scenes right now to divinely intervene and to pull you two together in some kind of setting. They want to try to orchestrate a connection or a reunion between you guys, since both of you are being so stubborn right now and not speaking and so in your feelings and not wanting to make the first move. They're like, well, if they're not going to do it, then we need to figure out a way to get them in the same place at the same time, so they are forced to have to face this and talk to each other. That's interesting, which is going to obviously lead to, finally, communication. It says, expect a message soon. They want to express how much they truly miss you. But this communication isn't going to happen until after this reunion. I don't feel like, for some of you, your person may actually reach out before this reunion happens, but for most of you, the communication and the opening up of feelings and emotions and inner knowing that there's a connection isn't going to come into play until after you guys see each other face to face. There's going to be some kind of face to face. I don't know how. Divine won't show me because it's a surprise, but there is going to be a face to face for some of you. And so then after that, I did pull some validation cards from the Simple Oracle deck by Unseen Tarot. And first card I have out is confused, can't figure out what's going on. That is both of your energies right now, because both of you are very much confused because nothing makes sense anymore. Everything is a question. Like, look at all the question marks above this guy's head. There's so many questions that are being left unanswered, and a lot of that is because of the lack of communication and the stubbornness on both parties' sides. So there's so many questions, and you guys both just want so many answers. And it says next, casual dating, not looking for anything serious, flirt, lust. I feel that both of you are looking at the other person like this is the energy that they're in. Like, both of you view this other person as flaky, non-committal. Perhaps there's some insecurities on both your parts where you don't feel like you're worthy or you're enough. So both of you feel that, why would this person even want me? Meanwhile, the other person's thinking the exact same thing. And again, if this is a twin flame situation or like a counterpart, you have to keep reminding yourself that this is a true twin flame. That the feelings that you're feeling are more than likely they're mirroring that on their end. Like every emotion you're going through, they are going through the exact same thing if they are indeed your counterpart. So you're both looking at each other that you're non-committal and non-serious, and you would never move forward in a love relationship together. And then we have nostalgia. So just really quick, from this point forward through the rest of the reading until I get to the individual energies at the end, every card that I pull out from this point forward, it goes both ways for the masculine and the feminine, because these are both of your feelings and where you're sitting in your energy. But we have nostalgia, remembering, fond memories, comforting. So you're sitting very much heavily in your memories of this person, and they could be very few. There may not be a whole lot of memory there. For some of you, you may have had a whole relationship with this person until realizing after the fact that they are your true counterpart. But for most of you, the interaction between the two of you has been very limited. It may have been a one-time encounter. You could have just seen them somewhere in a public space and never been the same since. But whatever it is that had happened, those little memories that you do have, you are very much in your head about that right now and remembering how it made you feel and still trying to connect the dots on why that one little simple, almost it seems insignificant thing, why it's so huge. Why is this feeling so massive? Because it wasn't insignificant. To many, it may seem insignificant, but to you, it changed your whole life. Next we have is shy, nervous, inexperienced, and quiet. So that could be very much the energy that you're in at this time. You are holding back because you're so nervous on how the other person is going to respond, how they're going to reciprocate your feelings. Are they going to understand? Yes, they are, because they feel the exact same way. We have reset, wanting a second chance, would like to try again. Then we have pretending to be just friends when they feel something more. And then we have breakup or ending, letting go, saying goodbye. So both of you may be presented with the harsh reality, the awareness that in order to move forward in this path, on this journey, you may need to let go of other people, places, homes. Again, going back to the living across the world from each other. Some of you may have to relocate. Some of you may have to say goodbye to a workplace or move away from family and friends that you've been around your entire life to make this happen. And then we have unsure which option to pick, which direction to go, because you don't know. Is it worth it? Is this something that I created in my head? Is it a fabrication of my imagination? Am I fantasizing too much about this to a point to where I'm not being practical? I'm not making good choices. I don't know. Should I move to, Alaska to be with Joe Schmo? Or do I stay here in, the Poconos to continue my job and stay with my family and friends I've known my whole life? I don't want to make an irrational decision. Wondering what you think of them if you're seeing someone else. So the two of you are definitely in your feels about how the other one feels. There's a lot of thinking going on this table. There's a lot of stuff going on in your heads, and overthinking, and playing out scenarios, and just all the what ifs and all the questions. And the truth of the matter is, Divine's saying none of this is going to happen, and none of this is going to make sense until there is a reunion, which is why they're so heavily trying to orchestrate one behind the scenes. So then, to wrap this up, I did pull energy for the masculine, the feminine, and then advice. So for the masculine, I actually pulled the masculine energy card, which is great. So I have authority, discipline, father figure. But I also have running and stagnant. Running and stagnant. So the masculine is in this energy of, in his life, things are going stagnant because he's running from this situation. He's fearing this whole energy. It's making him very uncomfortable. He is in denial that this is real, and because of that, he's stuck. Because while he doesn't want to admit that this is real, he can't really move on with anything else in his life right now because he's still very much stuck here. He never left here. He never left you. You guys never left each other. Even if you're not physically together, your hearts are connected. You're very much entangled in each other's energy in a 5D standpoint. And